welcome to Travel Crochet. My name is Tracy. I travel Australia full-time with my husband. We live in a tiny home on wheels, a caravan, and I have crochet, I should say, as a hobby, and occasionally I've got to go to markets to empty the caravan so I have room to move. So today's video, I'm going to, everyone said in my previous vlog style that they liked this style of video, so I'm going to update you sort of daily on what's happening, what I'm doing. Yeah, so if you saw the last video that I released, I had the watermelon triceratops and I'd asked for help, and the consensus was to add some little black seeds, pips, so I did that. So this one is now complete. I think the pips do kind of finish it off as a watermelon style triceratops, so that one is done. And then I also showed in the last video that I bought some of this blanket yarn from Spotlight, and I didn't know, I hadn't used this before, didn't know what hook size, so last night I made this dragon. So it turned out a really nice size, and it's actually really lovely to work with, and it doesn't shed. So I am extremely happy with this, and it's so soft, lovely to work with, and I used a size 6 hook in the end, so I think a size 6 for me works well. And there's the cute dragon eyes there. So that's all I've done now. I had asked Robin from Knotting Hook Crochet where she purchased her little chicks that have got the fur fluffy hair in the egg pattern from, and she showed me where it is from in Etsy, so I'm going to start making some of those because I think they're really cute, and now I've got some of the fake fur, I can use that. So I have a ton of yarn beside me, like always when I decide what I'm going to make next, and then halfway through doing that I'll go, oh, I need to make this, and then, so I must be ADHD or something, because I'll start making something and then I'll start making something else as well, because got so many things in my head that I want to make. So anyway, that is the update so far. What else have I done this morning? I've updated a few of my prices. At the last market I realised that I've probably been about 10 years behind, where thinking that kids these days usually only have about $5 to spend, but things have changed, and it appears that they have like a $15 to $20 budget these days. So and also the cost of yarn is going up that I'm buying, and safety eyes and hobby feel and all that, so I've adjusted a few of my prices. Some that were 5 are now 8, some that were 10 are now 15, just to keep up with the times, really. I think I was a bit slack on that part, and sort of getting the actual value out of the items. Yeah, so that's what I've done. So now on to making some more things. We do have to go down to the shop later and get a couple of things that we've run out of, food that is. Yeah, so I'll update you a bit later. See you then. Alright, update. I have made one of the chicks in an egg pattern. Look at his furry head. They're so cute. And fits nice and comfortably in the egg, and it closes. So I do like this pattern. I think it will do pretty well. So I'll probably do this size, a bigger size, and then I might do a size down. So that's that one. Then we went down the street, and yesterday's video, someone in the comments who lives in Townsville told me about another store that sells chenille yarn, and it is the chenille yarn that I have used before, that's from Portercraft. So I went there and they do have a very good colour selection, and they had 2 browns. So this is what it's called. So it's chenille blanket yarn by Portercraft, 80 meters, 100 grams. For $4.50, you can't really go wrong. So I got that nice brown, and then I got this, I don't know what they're called, where's the names? Name of colour. Oh, this one's solid chocolate, and this one is, what was it? Oh, solid teddy bear. There we go. So now I have at least a couple of browns. This was the last one of this colour, the solid teddy bear, so I grabbed that. Here I am meant to be buying food, buying more yarn. So that's, I limited myself to 2 because I needed to buy some food. So I got that. So now I'll be able to make some things that well, not that many things, but some things with the brown. And I'll probably continue with making these, but I also want to make some smaller chubby boys and smaller ones of these. So I don't know which ones I'm going to do first. So there we go. That's the update so far. I don't know how much I'll get done tonight. We're sort of trying to plan future for where we're going to move to next and how quickly, because we do have a plans to come back up north for Australian winter time, so we stay warm. So we're thinking of sort of heading further down south while it's still warm, and then gradually coming back up again. So plans always a hard decision to make. Decision fatigue is what we end up with, but it's not a bad thing to have. We're not complaining. Alright, until next time, I'll catch up with you later. Morning, next day. I have to talk really loud, it's raining heaps. Look, our thongs are floating away.
Not just floating.
They go there, they go over there. It's woo. Oh. We have a swimming pool. Oh, yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Let's put these up a bit higher. Save this one. Okay. Woo. Oh, okay. GoPro just got wet. Luckily they're waterproof. So we're currently where they're predicting up to 2 meters of rain. So the market's this Friday. Today is, what day is it today?
Friday.
Oh, next Friday. Yeah, today's Friday. So the markets that I'm meant to be going to is in a week. Forecast is to rain the entire week, so I think it's going to be cancelled. But yeah. We have rivers as roads. So we're not going out anywhere, so good weather for watching YouTube and crocheting. I'll have to go in and dry my feet. Hopefully we don't get too much, and I'll have to keep watch of our shoes. I'll have to bring them back in. Actually, I might put them up on our table. Put them up here. They'll be safe then. Oh. Anyway. Time to go back in, and then I'll show you what I finished making last night. Right, back inside. Show you what I completed last night. So I made this cute little chick in the egg. And whoops. This one, so the different fluff, slightly different fluff on top. And then I'd already shown you one of these guys, but I made two, so I think they're so cute. I'll probably just leave it at 4 to see how they go at the market. Don't want to go too crazy if they're not something that people like, but that's all I ended up making last night. But I find that I'm getting a lot of headaches and my eyes are getting very tired. I am 2 years overdue for a eye test. I'm pretty sure I need new glasses, so yeah, I have to stop crocheting because my eyes last night. But because of my prescription, a new pair of glasses costs about $800 or more, so that's not fun. So anyway, eventually get around to getting some new ones, but not just yet. And now definitely I would guarantee that this market will be cancelled in a week's time. I mean, you never know, it might stop, but the forecast so far only goes up on my phone, only goes up until next Thursday, and it's rain all the way through, and all the maps are showing that our area plus Cairns, sort of between Cairns and here in Townsville, which is about 4 hours apart, that is the worst rain in Australia at the moment. So of course we're there, of course, just guaranteed. We thought we were getting away from this weather, and there is a cyclone's developing still out, but which is causing all this rain. They're just monitoring it. We did get a text message. Where's my phone? Here. Where are we? Yesterday, day before. Wednesday, they sent us a text message saying cyclone warning. We are currently monitoring a cyclone in the region. There is a high chance that we will experience severe winds and heavy rain. Well, we're definitely getting the heavy rain. Luckily not the wind so far. And then it said, we are not currently evacuating the property, but advise that you secure and tie down all loose items, and refer to the Bureau of Meteorology for further advice and warnings. Should conditions change, we will update you. So that's what the caravan park has sent us. We have been monitoring. There are no current warnings for the cyclone. That they're just saying that it could potentially develop into a cyclone, which it hasn't yet, and the days that it is most likely to occur, if it's going to, is between today and Monday. So we'll see. We're definitely getting the rain. We can't get away from it. Anyway, good crochet weather as long as my eyes allow me to. And of course I went to bed early last night because my eyes felt tired, and then I couldn't get to sleep till nearly 4 o'clock this morning. So that doesn't work either. Anyway, I have started my next project. I have completed 2 arms and 2 legs, which the brown that I got, so I've been dying to use the brown. And I'm just starting the tail now. I will show you later what it actually will be. Alright, that is the current update. We'll be back soon. Oh dear, I've done it again. So it's been a while. I had started making the plushie that I showed you last time, and then something came up where my husband had mentioned something about our other channel, Aussie Encounters, which is actually our travelling channel, not the crochet. And she goes, we put out the video with our big trip from Broome to Townsville, didn't we, to get here? Oh yeah, of course I did. Yes. And then I go, hang on, I better check. I hadn't. So I spent the rest of the afternoon putting that video together, and that was over an hour. So I put that together, and then when that was getting finalised, what I do is I put it together, I finalise it, well, first draft anyway, and then after that I show Chris, and then because that channel's us together, I show him, and then he suggests any changes or anything that he'd like in the video. So we thought, oh, while that's getting ready, we'll go for a drive because the rain has still been crazy, and we've now been starting to get text messages that say it's from the disaster group, watch and act, prepare to leave if you're experiencing flooding and feel unsafe. So now we're getting those. The cyclo one's Wednesday, now flooding today. So we thought, look, we had nothing ready to actually cook for dinner tonight, so we'd better go to the shops now, well back then, just in case the floods are too bad and we can't get to the shops or whatever. So anyway, we go out and there's quite a few roads closed already. The water is quite bad, so that was that. So it took us a while longer than normally to just pop to the shops and back. And then I thought, then finally organised the video, have finally uploaded it to YouTube on the other channel, and that's done. So I got back to the plushie that I was making. So there's the body. Okay. There's the head. I ran out of yarn again. And this was the colour that I just bought the other day that they only had one left of. So now, if the roads are open, I'll have to go back to that shop tomorrow to see if they happen to have any more of this colour out the back. Or I don't know what to do. So yeah, finally got excited that I could make this pattern because I got brown again, and then I thought one skein would be enough, but then I forget that this particular type of yarn, where is it? It's only, I think it's only 80 meters, where normally you'll get about 100, yeah, it's only 80 meters, and where normally you'll get about 120 meters in a skein. So that's where we're at, and that's all I've got to. So, oh boy, what a day. Anyway, now I'm gonna have to start making something else, which drives me crazy. I'm sure I must have a bit of OCD, ADHD and autism all wrapped in one, because it drives me crazy to start something and to leave it and to start something else. So I'm going to have to get over that and start something else. Either that, or I'll just won't crochet for the rest of the night and wait till tomorrow. But then if I don't get that yarn, it's going to have to sit there for a while anyway. Oh boy. Anyway, that's my update. I will put a link in the description once this video is out to our other channel if you happen to be interested. We travelled 3,746 kilometres in 5 days from the west coast of Australia to the east coast. So the channel is called Aussie Encounters, OZZY Encounters. Yeah, I'll put a link if you happen to be interested to see the different scenery that we went through and saw on the way. Otherwise, I will come back whenever I decide what I'm making next or what's happening. Maybe I just need a break for the rest of the night. It's been one of those days. Anyway, I'll see you whenever I come back. Morning, next day. It is still raining. A lot of people on the other side of town have been told to evacuate now. We should be okay on this side of town because we're on higher ground. The other side of town is basically built on a swamp. But it is pouring outside and we still have the swimming pool under our awning. Anyway, so I've been a little bit distracted, haven't got much sleep recently, but what I ended up making yesterday was this mushy chubby boy, but when I made it, I thought, that doesn't look right. And then I made the next one, which is correct. I realised that I'd somehow skipped a row and the bottom legs. It had no bottom legs, so I just had to leave it shorter, but I just added bobble stitches for extra legs. So this one's a little bit derpy. Anyway, so I did those two. And then I just finished a smaller one, so I'm just starting to make another smaller one. Won't be going to look for any other yarn at the moment because I don't think we'd get to the shop anyway, because most of the roads over that side of town is closed off due to the flooding. Yeah, so I'm just watching YouTube and crocheting and just hoping that the water doesn't reach this side any higher. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Update later. We just had to go out and bring the awning in because it had been protecting us from a lot of the rain. However, the wind has picked up now, so we had to go out and get absolutely soaked and bring the awning in. I've got the window open behind me and lets in more light, but that's our weather. Horrendous. Anyway, I finished another one of these little guys, so I've got a little row happening here now. So I've decided that I've got all these colours here, so I might just make a whole heap of the caps. And then I was thinking, while I'm at it, I could possibly make the shells of turtles, because I use those colours as well for the smaller mini turtles, sea turtles, and start doing some batching if I can. But can tell we're a little bit stressed because I was watching Robin from Notting Hooked Crochet. I missed her live, but I was watching the replay, and I just finished the red cap, and then you have to attach the white. So I did a row of the white, which was fine, and then I finished the row, and then I decided to cut it off. I wasn't finished making the whole thing, I just did one row and cut it off, so my brain is not thinking, so I had to reattach it and keep going. I just looked at myself and said, what are you doing? Like, I've lost the plot, my brain is not a thinking. Anyway, be looking at the weather. I don't know if I can show you the radar on here on my phone. So if we were to move, oh, by the way, yesterday we had over 200 millimeters of rain. Today, so far, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. We've had 135 mil. Now if I go to the radar, let me see. I'll try and see if I can show you. That's us. Right there, covered in absolute rain everywhere. So yeah, that's fun. Anyway, good time to be a duck. Actually, I don't even think the ducks are enjoying this at the moment. It's a little bit too much. But we've ruined the bird. There was a bird that was actually sitting underneath our awning earlier. I think he was looking inside our window thanking us for the shelter, but now we've ruined that for him and taken it away. So sorry, birdie. Alright, back to trying to actually crochet things and get the patterns correct and not cutting things off when I'm not supposed to, because my brain has turned to mush. Alright, hope everyone else is doing well. Hope your weather's okay. Friends in the States, I hope it's not too cold for you. It's still not cold here, it's still warm, even though it's raining, which is nice, but it's also, we can't open any of the windows now, and it gets really humid in here, so we have to keep putting the air conditioner on still to combat the humidity, which feels weird when you're in the middle of rain. So anyway, that's the tropics for you. Yeah, and oh yeah, I was going to say we can't move further down the coast because the rain is actually going down the coast now, so no matter where we go, north, south or west, and we can't go east, otherwise you'll go in the ocean, it's flooding everywhere, so we're kind of staying here and riding it out and see how we go. Anyway, I will show you hopefully some updates of some progression, decent progression, later. Alright, so today it's been raining all night. This morning, well, lunchtime, we decided, well, we're out of food, we better go to the supermarket and get some food. So we did that about lunchtime. We had to go to a supermarket down the road a bit further because the one near us was closed due to flooding. So we went to the supermarket. Everyone's hitting the shelves, so I'll show some footage of the supermarket that I got. Food shopping, Townsville. I can't go in there, it's all wet, okay. Empty, most of the fruit and veggie are gone. Then, just as we're finishing off the shopping, we got a text message from our caravan park that we have 2 hours to evacuate. So we go back to the caravan park, I go into the office, and it's not the police or SES that's made that decision, because the caravan park we're staying in is on the higher side of town. It's not even close to flooding at the moment, but Discovery head office has made the decision that they were to evacuate everyone. So they gave us the address of 2 evacuation centres in Townsville. Both of them were in the low-lying areas of Townsville, which to me does not make sense. But
also, then you got a 22-foot van on the back.
Yeah, 22-foot van on the back that both places do not have anywhere for us to park that. So, and Discovery said that we had to take our van out. We couldn't leave it there and just go with it in the car. So we've been trying to work out what to do because we have nowhere to go. So the main road, A1, to go south, the Bruce Highway, is closed on the way to Ayr, but we're hoping we may have found a detour just to get south somewhere and get out of there, because we don't know what else to do. So yeah, we'll update with where we end up. Unfortunately, we've got mail that was heading to, well, one was already just hit Townsville and was ready to be picked up, and I've still got stuff going there, so we'll have to either end up somewhere and drive back once the flooding has gone and roads are open, or what, I don't know, or get it redirected. And the problem is we're paid up at the caravan park until Wednesday. We're trying to ring them once we got out on the road to see if are they going to give us a credit, what's going to happen with those days that we've paid for, because you know, it's 3 days worth that we've been kicked out from and can't use. So they weren't answering the phone, so great.
And the funny part about it,
Kangaroo.
Yeah, when we went past it on the way back out, the water that was near the caravan park had dropped by over half.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, that was the safest part of town. And we're talking to another guy who was staying in a cabin there, and he was so angry. And the residents, the full-time residents that are in the caravan park, were being made to evacuate as well, and they were kicking up a huge fuss, you know, saying that, but we're on the high side, we're fine here. But anyway, we had to follow orders, and now we're just trying to work out where we're going. We're just going away from Townsville to try and get away from all these storm events, and because there's another storm, huge storm forecast. Well, it hasn't stopped raining, but apparently there's another bigger storm coming tonight. So yeah, anyway, we'll update shortly to let you know what happens.
Well, what a day. Tried heading south, no bueno, roads closed. Came back, tried heading west to go south, and no bueno there, and roads closed as well. So we headed north, just the other side of Townsville, to a BP garage. There's a truck parking area at the back that we're allowed to park in and stay overnight for a couple of nights. So that's where we currently are. Not you can see much because it's still very wet. Caravan over there. I'm about to drive up to the garage and pick Tracy up so she doesn't get drowned. She's getting some food. She went to make sure it was okay to pull up here for a little bit. Tried a couple of other caravan parks. One park was really strange. They said, yeah, no, we're not taking any more bookings because we're going to go around and make sure our power poles are safe. Why wouldn't they be safe in the first place? And they were in the hills, so they didn't have any groundwater around them whatsoever, so I don't know what the heck was going on with that one. But most of the other ones we've tried, they're going, no, sorry, we're not taking any bookings. We're actually not having any more people in the park. And like us, most of them are saying we've actually evacuated the park. So very short on what you can do when you are in this situation, because there is not a lot of information out there. You go to Queensland Roads, try to use that app on your phone. Is very, very hard to use. You try and scroll through that and check roads. It's like, yeah, it's not the easiest one to use. Also the signage, I know it's hard to have particular signs made up, but they should have them close to the town if you can't get out of town, that the roads are closed. Not get like 40 or 50k down the road to find out, oh sorry, this is far you can go, you got to turn around and go back. So a little bit short of information there. It's been an experience. It's still not over yet, as you can see by the rain. It's still wet. So yeah, we have to find out what's happening with our accommodation that we'd already paid for at the caravan park that turfed us out or evacuated us. So there's still 3 nights owing on that one, but they just said leave. You got 2 hours leave. It's not like, oh, well, you're going to have credit, so we'll have to try and get hold of them tomorrow if they answer their phone. We've tried twice already and they're just not answering the phones, even though that they live on site. They've got a typical Queenslander, their accommodation is way up high. So we'll find out what's going to go on tomorrow for our accommodation and our money wise, because it's 3 nights with our ensuite site, so it's not just a cheap site. So hopefully we get the credit for that. And once we can pick up some mail, if the mail, I know one of my mail items is ready to be picked up, as long as the shopping centre doesn't get closed where the post office is, because that's also on the low side. So we'll have to wait and see what we can do. Otherwise we'll start heading south Wednesday. Hopefully maybe the roads might be open then, but I'm not liking our chances because this rain is still ongoing. Hopefully we might have a bit of radar shots. Tracy can put a bit of a shot up about what the radar looks like, but they're still saying it's a big rain event to come. So yep, oh well, we'll check back in when something else changes. Alright, bye guys.
Alright, it is a couple of days since I last recorded. Yesterday we were able to get back into the caravan park that we were evacuated from, so that was a nice feeling to be able to hook up to power and water again and have a shower and put air conditioning back on and to combat the humidity. So the 2 days in the gravel pit was very testing, I must say. Now the roads at the moment have been opened for us to start going south. However, my packages that I'm waiting on, which has yarn and more safety eyes, is due to arrive either today or tomorrow. So as soon as they arrive, then we'll move on. So praying that no more rain occurs between now and when that arrives, so the roads don't close again. So what I have made, I can't remember what exactly I'd shown you, but I think I had shown these guys, the big chubby mushy boys. I'm pretty sure I had. So go over those quickly, and then I'm pretty sure I either had one or both of these completed last that I showed you as well. So then what I did when I was sitting in the gravel pit, because we had been evacuated, we had driven around 4 hours looking for a place to park up. Obviously, I've mentioned before I have PTSD, and that was definitely triggered. So when that happens, your brain functioning changes and your ability to do complicated things or even sometimes put a decent sentence together disappears. It's out the window. So I needed something to do, and the reason why I started to crochet in the first place is, as I've mentioned, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, that crochet is actually so scientifically proven to assist with anxiety and things like that. So I think it's the repetitiveness, it's the feeling of touching the fibres, and it's also making that your stressed out brain is focusing on one thing and trying to stop that thinking of 1,000 things at once, because your brain goes into survival mode and you just need to calm it back down and try and get back to a normal state of mind. So what I ended up doing was creating a whole heap. These are the tops of the Chubby Mushy Boys. So I was literally just sitting there creating creating those. So those are ready to be used as the tops. So that's what I just sat there doing and doing and doing. And then I thought, hang on, that pattern is very similar to the shell pattern of the mini sea turtles that I do, the Friendly Red Fox pattern. So I went ahead and made a whole heap of those as well. So that was getting me back to being regulated again. So by the end of the first day of being sitting in the gravel pit, my brain, after doing all this, my brain was starting to settle and get back to some form of being normal again. So then I put together 4 of the sea turtles. I don't normally use this brown colour for the bodies, and this is the only brown that I have heaps of, is in the smaller yarn, of course, but the normal colour I use I'm out of. So I don't think it looks too bad, and I have googled turtles and they do tend to have darker bodies. So yeah, that was that shell. That shell, that one, and that one. So that was an accomplishment. So 4 of those. And then I made 1 axolotl. So I'm still replacing what I sold at the market the other week. So I had sold 4 sea turtles, so they're now replaced. I'd sold the 2 larger chubby boys, mushy boys, so that's replaced. I didn't have any of the smaller ones made, so I thought I'd make some of those. I'd sold 2 axolotls, so here's one here. And then just after I finished this, yesterday we got notice that I contacted the caravan park and we were able to come back in. So then when we got settled, I made the second one that I'd sold. So that's the 2 replaced. Then I'd sold my little elephant, so I've replaced that one as well. I will have all the patterns linked in the description, but I think this will definitely be the last time I do this one. I'm going to find another elephant pattern. Just the time it takes, the way that the legs are done, you create the 4 legs separately, then you join them together in one row and then link them up in a square, but then you have to go internally and sew the legs together, and it's the time spent doing that, it doesn't make it cost effective for a market make. So this will definitely be the last time I make this one, so I'll be looking for another elephant pattern. But yeah, I've replaced that one. And then the last one I just finished was this baby chick keyring, which I sold at the last market, although this one was meant to be the same size of the yarn that the elephant was made with, but it's at like twice the thickness, so it ends up bigger than I normally do for a keychain, but I thought, oh, it's still small enough, so I'll keep it as one. Then the update with this guy that I'd started making and ran out of the yarn. Well, I went back to the shop yesterday after we got back to see if they actually did have any more of this teddy bear colour, and they don't. So I have purchased this, it looks like sand to me, solid taupe it's called, the colour. I've purchased this, so what I'm going to do is frog out this as much as I can to save this nice teddy bear yarn, and I might better make something smaller with it, and then I'll restart again. And I've got 3 of these, so to make sure that I will not run out, to be able to complete this project. I mean, it's not meant to be this colour, sand, taupe, whatever, but that's all I had to choose from, and I don't know when I'm going to see this yarn in a shop again, because it's not sold many places in Australia. So I thought, well, I've got that, I'll do that. So that'll be my next task, is to frog this out. And then I've been asked by another Australian crocheter and crochet designer to pattern test for her. So I will start that shortly. And this one is very interesting pattern, and I think once it's released it will do really well, and it actually involves having beads. So this one will be an interesting one, so I should be able to show you, or I'll be able to show you at some stage anyway, because I don't know when she will release the pattern, but yeah, in the testing stages at the moment. So that is the update for now after all this very dramatic week. We are very much looking forward to getting out of Townsville now. That's been enough drama. My brain can't handle too much of that, that's for sure. Not that many people like coping through floods. Yes, but the flood levels have certainly dropped. It's very lucky that the last couple of days it's not rained much. It's still been raining, but not much. But there is forecast for a lot more to come, so we need to be out before that comes, because it may flood again, they may rise again. So yeah, we'll make that the end of this update and finally get it out. I'm only about 4 days late, but anyway, better late than never, and we will catch up with you in the next video. Hopefully it will be in a new town and we managed to get out of here, and I might be able to show you my yarn haul and my safety eyes that I get. Alright, until then, we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching and sticking around. Bye.